Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to another video. And today we're just going to be taking a look at these two sets here. These are both Ferguson 3850s, which use the Thorn 1615 chassis. Got the service manual here. And I did make a video on these two sets in, well, it's the last video I did, which was a couple of months ago, I think, maybe even 3 months ago. So it's been a while since I've made a video. And the reason being is I've just been busy, pretty much. However, I do have some time now, so hopefully I can get some videos out. I've got a lot of stuff to make videos on, more old TV sets, VCRs, oscilloscopes, stuff like that, and computer stuff. But yeah, I've already tinkered with these two sets and I've got them working, so I thought I'd just make a quick video just showing you what I've done to get them working, talk about the sets a little bit, and show you what the image looks like on them. So yeah, these are both, as I said, Thorn 1615s. I think they came out in 1980. Could be wrong, but I think 1980, and I think they made them until around 83, 84, something like that. So quite late for a black and white set. And there was a 24-inch version too. And also, someone in the last video did say what the 6850 was and the 6852. And apparently they are the Ultra badged version, so the Ultra variant. These are, of course, the Ferguson ones. But yeah, there was an Ultra one, which apparently is a lot harder to find, a lot rarer to come across. But to be honest, these sets are actually a little hard to find now. I come across quite a few of the Thorn 1500s. They're very common, and of course they were popular back in the day. These sets don't seem to come up as often, and I don't know whether that's because back in the day they just weren't as reliable, or maybe it's because it was quite late for black and white, so not many people bought them. One thing I can say for sure is that these sets feel quite cheap. They're all plastic, pretty much everything. It's plastic. Push button tuner feels very cheap. Just everything about it just feels cheap. The sliders, which isn't really a surprise because this came out quite late and it's a black and white set. So I imagine they were quite cheap. I would love to know how much they actually cost. Did cost back in the day. If anyone's got an old brochure with the price, that would be interesting to know. But yeah, they do feel quite cheap. However, the picture quality is very nice on this set in particular. Unfortunately, this set has a very high hour tube, which is a shame because I like this one with the legs here. And yeah, it's a shame because whoever owned this set used it a lot. The tube is really knackered, and I'll show you that soon. But yeah, this one seems to be the opposite. It seems to be a low hour set. The tube is really nice, very sharp, and has a lot of life in it, which is great. So I'm not sure what to do with this one. Of course, I'm going to keep it. It doesn't take up too much room, and I love the legs on it. But I'm not sure whether I just hold out for a replacement tube one day, which probably will never happen, or just use it for parts, or maybe I will try to rejuvenate the tube. I do have a tester and rejuvenator, so if you guys are interested, maybe I'll make a quick video rejuvenating the tube, see if it actually does anything. But yeah, this tube seems pretty good in this set here. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take the back off the sets and I'll show you what I've done. Before I take the back off, I'll just quickly show you the back. So we've got the label here, the Ferguson label with the model number 3850. And we do have a control here. This is for the vertical hold. And yeah, we don't have any line hold on the back of this set. That's an internal adjustment. And then also down here, we've got the input for the RF. Okay, so the back is off the set. And this is the set with the good tube in it. And the tube is a Mullard A50 120WR. And yeah, I'm not sure if it's because it's a low hour set or just because it's a late, monochrome tube, but the picture is really nice and sharp, and I'll show you that shortly. But in terms of what I've done to this set, and again, this is a fully transistorized set, what I've done is, well, first things first, over here is a big bothersome area, because back in the day, these sets were potentially a fire hazard because of dry joints in this area. So what I did was I reflowed this area really well, as much as I could. And in fact, this L24 here, which I think is the linearity coil, the top joint there, which I've reflowed, was really bad. The leg of the component was basically hanging out, so that was really bad. So I've reflowed all that, and also I did get a bit of vertical. Well, I had vertical collapse as well, intermittent vertical collapse, and it turns out it was actually this vertical hold potentiometer. So if I could take this off, yeah, I reflowed that, but beforehand, before I reflowed it, it was just legs hanging out almost. It was pretty bad. So if you ever get vertical collapse, do check that. And other than that, the only other thing I've done is I replaced a reefer capacitor, which is this yellow thing here. Of course, because you need to replace the reefers in almost all old electronics, because they just go bang eventually, and they make the room smell really bad. So that's something you really want to change. But yeah, other than that, that's all I've really done. And yeah, the set pretty much fired up. So, and the same goes for this set. I'll take the back off and show you this set as well, but it's the same story. Okay, and this is the other set. But like I said, I haven't done much different. I reflowed this area. I did reflow the vertical hold as well because of the issue with the other set. I replaced the reefer. And also, this set did have another issue, which was this sort of orange-red cased wire here actually came off. It broke off here, which is for the cathode. So yeah, that's no good. So I had to reattach that. It might have been my fault, because when you swing out this chassis, you don't get much space. It doesn't really like to swing out fully. It's there's a lot of wires in it, and it's, yeah, there's not much room. So I think that might have been my fault, or maybe it was loose or damaged anyway, and it just came off, broke off. So I had to cut a little bit of it back, unfortunately, so I could get a bit more of the wire itself, so I could wrap it around and solder it back. So now this chassis actually swings out even less than before, but that's fixed now. So yeah, that's all I did with this set as well. Also, something I forgot to mention, which is quite big and obvious, is this dropper. These sets, even though they're fully transistor and all that, they have a dropper still, which is interesting. Okay, so I've got test card F here. I downloaded a test card DVD and burnt it onto this disc. I got it from the vintage, I think it's a UK vintage radio and repair forum. So that's where I downloaded it from. I will put a link in the description in case anyone wants to download it. But yeah, as you can see, it's not looking so good. A little bit of linearity issues, but the main issue is just how worn out this tube is. It looks worse in person. It actually looks better on camera. But yeah, just very noisy sliders, but the tube itself just looks bad. It's really dim, and if I put the brightness is at max right now. That's max brightness. Of course, if I put the brightness down a bit, it looks a bit sharper, but you just can't see anything. So just a really worn out tube. And there we go. Now the frame rate and the contrast may look pretty poor on this camera, and that's because I'm using this app on my phone to shoot this, because the normal camera app is really bad at filming CRTs. It just does not work. This one seems pretty good at getting no sort of banding or black horizontal bars going up, but I think the frame rate's a little poor, and also it might not look as good on camera, but in person it looks pretty nice. And yeah, contrast has a decent amount of give. There is a bit of noise sometimes with the slider, which, like I said, the slider probably needs to be cleaned, but either way, yeah, it looks very nice. Same with the brightness. Decent amount of give on it, and there's no blurriness around the edges or anything. It's all sharp, and in person it looks really nice. But yeah, that is pretty much it. The image looks pretty good on this one. I did do a bit of adjustment to the height and the linearity as well. Other than that, I didn't do much. And again, with this set, I might do a rejuvenation, or if I'm lucky enough, maybe I'll get a CRT for it. I'm not really holding out for that, but we'll see. But anyway, appreciate you guys watching. Hope you enjoyed, and yeah, have a great day. Take care.